Seeking Wisdom. This is amazing Seeking Wisdom. We have 3 video stars over here on the other side.
You get mad at me when I give out our secrets. Now you're telling how many people do video at church?
No.
3 piano players.
All right, what are we talking about?
So,
because this is a jam-packed week.
This is the final episode before Hypergrowth East.
Okay, final sounds.
Yeah. Final.
Yeah.
No,
dark.
it's not dark. It's not dark. There's
a lot of stuff. You have to tell me something?
Do I have to tell you something?
Do you know
this is it. We're cutting
anymore?
DC out. No, the people want DC. I still think the bot is broken though. But here's what I want to talk to you about. You said something interesting. So I think this is Gonzalo's gone.
He just left.
Who
are you?
This is management. I'm Dave. I'm DG, aka the nephew.
And I'm DC, the uncle.
The
reason I
asked
you that is because
that?
we have thousands of new subscribers per week.
We do.
You act like
we gotta let people know, because
them.
I want people to be comfortable. Like I want this show to feel like they're comfortable. Like they're sitting, near our desks and they're just hanging out. So thank you for joining us. This is actually episode we're in the 130s now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got to be more than that. But thing I want to talk to you about today is you have an interesting lesson. I get a couple interesting lessons from you. And you said recently you told me about a bias. Well, you've been talking a lot about cognitive biases. Okay.
Oh, nice.
You like that? Biases, not biases.
Yeah.
And you shared an interesting one that I hadn't thought about a lot, and it is the opposite of the there's this liking. One of the biases is liking / loving tendency.
Yeah.
Can you take a couple minutes on this podcast today and enlighten us and explain that to the world?
Why did you pick that one?
It's something that we're talking about at Hypergrowth. Okay. Coming up at Hypergrowth, because leading up to Hypergrowth, the agenda is amazing, but we got a couple comments.
Yeah.
There's a couple speakers on there that people don't like so much.
That's why you did it.
There's a couple speakers in particular that people they've ruffled some feathers.
Yeah.
Because that they're speaking.
Yeah.
They don't like this person. They don't like this person's point of view. This person can be very aggressive.
Yeah.
And your comment to that is what?
Yeah. I'm going to give you that comment.
Okay.
But before I do that, one thing we should do on video in the future is do a zoom in on my face when DG is telling me what the episode is about and see the look of wonder, because I have no idea. I have no idea what we're talking about ever. No idea. So I'm just like, what is he going to be doing? I'm mildly panicked every time he starts going. Okay, so this is an important one, super important one, and one that I want to reference at the beginning of Hypergrowth.
Yes.
September 4th. Next Tuesday in Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
We're almost sold out.
Don't give it away, because this episode will air before that.
Okay.
So it's okay.
Okay. So but
if you're coming, if you're like, if this is what you're listening to, if you're one of the thousands of people flying in from Berlin, from
Belgium,
Hong Kong, from Belgium, from
Australia,
Canada, from wherever, right?
Yeah.
If you're listening to Seeking Wisdom, which you probably might be on that Monday, here's the key lesson to take with you to Hypergrowth.
So the key lesson is, and this bias comes from a famous video that I always talk about. Well, it's actually just famous to me. Like no one actually watches it. But the video is by Charlie Munger. Man I admire. Great. And it's about human misjudgment, right? And in it, he talks about this one thing, which is liking, loving tendency, right? He calls it a tendency. You can also look at this in Cialdini's work on influence, one of our favorite books. And the important lesson here in liking bias is this, that most of us only want to learn from people that we like or that we want to be around, right? And this is took me a long time to learn this one. This is one of the biggest roadblocks to growth, because guess what? There aren't that many people in the world who are perfect.
Yeah.
There's no one who's perfect.
Yeah.
So if you're going to wait around until someone's perfect, until you like them, until they have the right experience to then learn from them, that's going to be a short list. You're going to be waiting a long time. So why this is important when we think about coming up with speakers for Hypergrowth is that we intentionally went out and picked out some speakers that we thought, I know, will take you to the next level in your thinking if you can get over this bias.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're going to probably ruffle your feathers. You might not like them. They might be controversial. You might not want to get coffee with them or hang with them.
Totally fine.
But we picked them because they were able to teach you, we believe, to teach you some stuff that will take you to the next level if you can get past this bias. So what I'm asking everyone to do, not only to the thousands of people coming to Hypergrowth, but everyone listening to this episode, is to think about this in your day-to-day and to be willing to put aside your personal preferences of who you like, who you might be able to learn from, and learn from people who might not be your best friends, who might not be perfect, who, guess what, might be flawed. And we're all flawed.
So I love that advice because it's so easy to only learn from the people that you like, right? Whether that's a teacher, whether that's somebody at work that you're getting feedback from, because you always got to anticipate feedback, or when you're just choosing who to learn from, because it's easy to say, I like that guy. Yeah, I believe that lesson. Yeah. But that also plays on another bias, which is like, it's kind of related to confirmation bias, right? Which is like, you're going to believe what you want to believe.
Totally.
So I think this is interesting because but it doesn't mean listen to everybody though. It means still have the filter of, has that person had more success than you or done something that you want to achieve?
Have they ideally done it repeatedly?
Correct.
Right? And ideally in a realm that you want to learn from.
This doesn't mean listen to some, this doesn't mean listen to some jerk or like somebody who, doesn't mean take everybody's opinion and start taking consensus,
quite the opposite.
Right? But if there's somebody out there, maybe it's a YouTuber, right? We talk a lot about video. Maybe it's somebody on YouTube who you do not like.
Yeah.
But they have grown a massive audience on YouTube. Yeah. You have two options. You could say, screw that guy. He's a jerk. I'm not going to learn anything from him. Or you could be like, how did he grow that massive audience? Oh, they always do thumbnail images like this, and they always have the descriptions like this. Like, there's still ways to learn. It doesn't mean that you're that guy's fan. Yeah. You're going to go see that person speak, or you're going to go hang out. But there's ways to learn. Guess what?
We have someone that meets that criteria.
Who, me?
No, coming to speak next week at HYPERGROWTH.
Oh,
someone who has a massive YouTube preference.
Yeah.
YouTube
Casey.
audience. Not Casey.
Not Casey?
Another person.
Oh.
The one who will be controversial.
Grant Cardone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he'll be speaking.
Sure.
And a lot of people might not like him.
Nope.
But we think there's a lot that you can learn from him. If you study his YouTube, you study what he's doing, you'll see that there's a lot that he's been able to do on the social media side.
I think there's actually a related thread, which is like, this is not about liking somebody, but also you might, just because I mentioned Casey Neistat as an example, you might say, I don't make videos.
Yep.
I can't learn anything from him.
Oh, I like where you're going.
Right?
Yeah.
It's related to this. It's like, I don't make videos. And this is at the core of why we do Hypergrowth the way that we want to do it. And I said this earlier, did an interview with a press member earlier for someone that's going to drop on Tuesday.
Is that a humble brag?
A humble brag, yeah.
Okay.
I do the tier 2 stuff. You got the tier 1, so yeah, I'll take this one.
Okay.
But and in the conversation we said, look, this is not a conference where you're going to learn about sales and marketing tactics, and that is on purpose.
Boring.
We bring people from all around the world, authors, athletes, CEOs, because we believe that you have to learn from other people. And so we believe that you're going to get the best marketing lessons from people who are not marketers. Yeah. That's what I think this all relates down to.
Super important because, sometimes I'll talk about the old uncle, Charlie Munger. Not me, the old uncle, another. The older
old uncle.
Yeah, the old uncle, Charlie Munger.
World War
and people are like, I'm not an investor. I don't care about investment.
Sure.
I don't want to be a billionaire. That's not what we're talking about. That doesn't mean you can't learn something from that person. Or I'm not an athlete. I don't plan to go to the Olympics. No, but you can learn something from their journey and how they were able to grow.
Can I give you an example of this?
Mm-hmm.
Last month, I was on vacation. We were in Hilton Head, and every day we'd go to the supermarket. And every day I would go to check out, and I would look, and I'd be just sitting there. I didn't have my phone. I'm looking at magazines, and every day I would see the National Enquirer, okay? Everybody would say that is a trash magazine, right? It's all gossip, tabloid, whatever. But I actually learned something amazing from them because the headlines that they publish in every edition of that magazine are insane. So boom, I was able to learn something about marketing from a piece of trash magazine, right? And brought that back. And I did a podcast on it, and people were like, really? You can learn from... Yes. It doesn't mean that I'm saying go read the thing, but I think there are lessons that they know. They probably have millions and millions and millions of subscribers to that magazine, right?
Absolutely. And the nephew and I are we won't tell him the title of the book yet. Maybe we'll talk about it later. We're reading the same book at the same time, or almost the same time.
Yeah.
And it is about a politician.
Yeah.
And I won't go into politics.
No, you said don't say it. You said this is secret.
It's secret.
It's about politics.
Politics.
I don't know.
Someone that we don't.
Politics.
Some people that we don't love. But we're able to put aside that. And when I gave it to you, I said, put aside the bias.
Yep.
Put aside your notions.
Read it.
And just read it and see if you can learn something from it.
Study
have
it.
you?
Oh my God, yeah.
Mind blowing.
Yeah, mind blowing. Everything is, there's so many things to learn. And I think that's I wanted you to talk about this lesson because it gets you to be, is it objective? Subjective?
No, not objective.
It gets you to be objective. See?
Folks, he's from Worcester.
He's from Worcester. Okay. He's just figuring out things for the first time.
Public school in Worcester. No, he went to private school.
Yeah, I went to private school. Yeah. My mom's a gym teacher. We went for free. So So yeah, so I think there's a lot in there. And the other thing that I think is important is it also broadens the universe of who you can learn from, right? If I'm in marketing and I say I'm only going to learn from marketers because that's what I do, right? Then how do I know? Now the marketing is the thing that I love and I want to get better at. So every lens, I look through everything from a marketing lens now, right? Okay, what can I learn from that person? How'd they build an audience? How'd they persuade people to go and do this thing? Right?
You just blew my mind. I didn't know your mom was a gym teacher.
Still
now
is.
It makes sense.
She still
now
is.
It makes sense.
It does?
Yeah.
What, the
If
raw
you don't know-
athleticism?
If you don't know, the Gerhard over here,
Yeah.
DG,
Yeah.
is quite the athlete.
Used to be.
Used to be.
Used to be.
I heard
Are you
have-
listening to all you Worcester people on this podcast? I'm listening to the man. Listen,
Yeah.
they're all in the car dying right
Yeah.
now. No.
So we were at Camp Drift last week, little
Yeah.
outing we did
Yeah.
with the company.
I'm still recovering.
And I was watching DG throw spiral.
They don't want that.
Respectable.
See, I could
I
do a
was like,
little something. I
wow.
haven't thrown a football in about 10 years.
Gun.
but Yeah.
Gun.
Appreciate
going.
that. Meanwhile,
I didn't think he had that in him.
Yeah. DC was just rolling around on this scooter. Can you
Excuse me.
talk about Camp Drift for a second?
Yeah,
Talk
yeah.
about Camp Drift. What did we do? Why did we do it?
So we took everyone in the company
Yeah.
here in Boston, also out in San Francisco, flew them out to
About
this camp.
200 people.
About 200 people to this camp that we rented. So it's a kids camp in Lenox, Massachusetts, which is out in the Berkshires. And we spent 2 days effectively not on cell phones.
Nope.
Cell phones were not allowed, not on computers,
Nope.
but focusing on the now, right? And getting to know each other better. And so we did everything from color wars. We did, I got roasted. So
I did a
wanna talk
roast
about
of
that,
David and Elias,
which was
we
at the
can-
talent show.
We can play. We
No,
did
no,
talent
no,
show.
we don't
The
have to
talent
play
show
that.
was
We don't-
amazing.
Talent show
The
was
talent show
mind-blowing.
was such a cool example of like what a company can become because
Yeah.
there's people that I have no idea. The company's grown so much I don't know everybody now.
Yeah.
Somebody that I never have seen or not seen but never have talked to in my life gets up on stage and just sings and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, and
Right?
blows it out.
You
it was
had
amazing.
Gonzalo and the band of Misfits up there on stage.
G2
just
was
like-
rocking.
It was
up there.
amazing.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Guitar action. So we had color war. We had talent shows. We had workshops.
Yeah, there was-
improv classes taught by people on the team.
Meditation,
rock
basketball,
climbing.
all this stuff.
It was amazing.
It was
And
crazy.
yes, I did bring my. It's not a scooter. It's called a one wheel. Look it up. One wheel. And I was cruising.
If
you
you're
know,
going to be at HYPERGROWTH, we have a nice video of DC on the one wheel,
Whoa,
by the
whoa,
way.
whoa, whoa. So I was on my one wheel. I got some comments, some questions about whether I walk anymore or not. But I was on my one wheel, zooming around. And Elias actually brought his one wheel too.
He did.
And the two of us were just riding around camp on one wheels.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
got roasted by that, by the
got
young
roasted by that.
nephew.
It was amazing. I did not want to go.
Yeah, neither did
I
I.
didn't want to go. It was
Yeah.
a lot to be away. And it was amazing. We had
Yeah.
an amazing time. It's just a good reminder of like if you get outside of the building with the people that you are with so much every day, you learn a lot.
Yeah.
The whole drift team was shattered though. 2 nights in a row, we were up until 3 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
And then just
A mess.
I'm just getting back to 100%. It's Wednesday.
If
right
you want
now.
to see some a few pictures from that, check out my Instagram.
Yeah.
Decancel.
Sure.
Right. We also have some on Inside Drift on our Instagram handle there. Check that out. I'll have a question though.
What?
G2, what speaker are you looking forward to next week?
Oh, come on. Casey. It's not even close.
Casey.
You know who's Casey?
Casey and Jocko. Dan?
Hold on. Casey.
Dan says Casey.
Elizabeth. Oh, that's good. Yeah,
Oh!
switch it up. Allie Reisman.
Allie
Hold on. What a
Reisman.
name drop. Casey Nice to Allie Reisman. Do you know, Casey, we have it. Somebody needs to go help him when he gets there. You know
Yeah.
who? You know who's going to get him out of the ar? How's that? Huh?
Look at that. Look at the
Right?
smile.
He's so
Look at
happy.
the smile
All
on
week, he's
GT's
like,
face.
he's been saying to me, DG, I'm going to hang out with Casey. I'm going to hang out with Casey.
Look at his face. He's like a little kid.
Leah also has the biggest, she's going to be so embarrassed. She has the biggest crush on Casey Neistat.
Really?
So she's
You're
coming.
going to get stiffed arm?
Yeah,
on
she's
Tuesday?
coming. She's going to meet him, and it's going to be amazing.
Wow. And you're going to be hanging with Allie?
Allie.
Yeah.
That's it.
Are you a gymnast, Elizabeth? No?
No, wish I could be.
Just a big
Me
fan.
too.
It's not like her.
Yeah. I love it. All right. So September 4th here in Boston.
It's here.
It's here
It's
next
here
week.
now.
Sneak in your ticket.
If you
right
don't have
now.
tickets, it's going to be too late.
Yeah.
We are recording this on a Wednesday. I'm pretty sure that by Thursday morning we're going to have to put up the sold out sign.
But we still have tickets, a few left for September 24th
Yeah.
in San Francisco.
Sure.
Amazing lineup, including Rich Roll, many others.
Rich Roll, Patty McCord.
Patty McCord,
The
yeah.
lineup in San
It's
Francisco
sick.
is insane.
It's sick. So we'll see you in San Francisco if we don't see you in Boston. Don't forget to leave a 6-star rating. Do a little shout out for Dan, Elizabeth,
Yeah.
and the one and only G2.
And tell us, you know what? Tweet at DC. I want you to tweet at Decancel, and I want you to tell him what one of the cognitive biases that you suffer from. What for me?
You're doing well with that word.
Thank you. That it's a big mouthful. Cognitive bias.
Yeah.
I think I'll give you one. Confirmation bias is a good one. That's got to be is that the number
That's
one? Do you think that's the number one?
Yeah,
is it the most common?
Yeah.
What
for sure.
other than that? It's this one, liking, loving.
Liking, loving tendency.
What's another one?
I don't know. It depends on the person, but confirmation is the biggest.
Confirmation is a big
fall.
one.
And liking, loving tendency, commitment bias. Yeah. Commitment.
Check out your
tendency.
biases.
Yeah. Let's check it out.
All right.
Anyway, shout it out. We're out of here. 6-star ratings only. I want to see more ratings. Or I'm still holding. We have a whole set of new shows coming out, new channels.
Yeah.
I'm still holding them hostage until we see some more 6-star reviews come in.
Thank you.
Right, they're being held. And then we have a whole slew of them coming out. And shout it out to the young Venezuelan who has a crush on Casey Neistat.
As he should.
Gonzalo.
That's a good example of role models, by the way.
That's good role models.
You chose wisely. If you're going to be obsessed with that.
All right. See ya.